Welcome, wonderful people, to the Sunday rune and card reading. There is such a powerful energy here today. Absolutely amazing. I was drawn to these three sacred herbs actually today to guide us in our readings, and even more than that, we have an overall energy. I've got three beautiful selenite sticks. They're absolutely stunning, and they are sitting amongst lavender. Now, lavender is said to bring calm, clarity and peace to mind and emotion. Selenite is really interesting because for me, I always use it in combination with other things. Selenite, it raises the vibration of things. It literally gathers light, and it's said to increase the energy of any other herb or crystal that you are using. So we have three beautiful pieces of selenite. I'll just show them to you. They're absolutely amazing, sitting amongst the lavender, just to give an overall kind of bubble of energy in which these other herbs are sitting. Now, anyone who's new to my readings, welcome, and welcome back to anyone who's following them. As always, wonderful people, I've prepared a handout which you can download as a PDF if you actually want to print it out. It just gives you the information about the different, sometimes it's crystals that I'm using, sometimes it's herbs, all sorts of different things with these readings. But it's there. If you're not on the email list, I send out an email every week with this information and a link to the download page to get the PDFs, and also any PDF downloads from any webinars that I do. If you're not yet on that list, the link is in the information box below. And also, actually, speaking of things in the information box, if you are wanting to be in the running, every month I have a draw where I offer I offer a free set of the Art of Manifestation Oracle cards. They are literally a first signed and numbered edition and a free private reading. I draw the names out of a hat. If you want to be in that draw, you will need to become a subscriber, and then again, if you add yourself to that list, once you're on that list, you're in it ongoing. So do check out the information box below for that. And I'm also going to be giving away some crystals, including some selenite sticks. I have amazingly been able to have access to buying crystals in a way that I haven't previously. So I will be, I'll update you on that anyway. So again, if you're subscribed and you want to get notifications of announcements of these things or any of the readings, do make sure you press the little bell icon as well. So let me remove those so that we can concentrate on this reading. Now, reading number one is going to be governed by this little desert sage smudge stick. Now, desert sage is a wonderful herb. Sage is said to literally release negativity. It literally transforms, sort of almost like energetically transforms literally the ions in the air. It's been scientifically proven to do that. And so it will lift anything. It's also used as it's used to keep bad spirits away, actually. If you're doing a ceremony or you're doing a meditation and you wish to open yourself up to channel, but you want to make sure that your channeling is only bringing in connections to light and to the good, this will just keep away any unwanted spirits. That's the kind of energy of this. Very, very powerful. I keep it with my cards. For those of you that have actually bought, or indeed for those of you who've won a pack of these cards, you'll know the first edition actually do go out with a little mini desert sage smudge stick in the package as well. Reading number two, we are using sweetgrass. I love the smell of sweetgrass. When you burn it, it's like vanilla. It's really sweet. It literally is sweetgrass. It's known as grandmother's hair. There's a lot of wisdom in this. That's what I sort of almost feel when I'm working with sweetgrass. And whereas sage sort of almost releases negativity, sweetgrass attracts positivity. So it's quite an interesting combination to use, especially if you're using selenite as well with them. Very, very powerful if you're working through any kind of cleansing rituals. For reading number three, we are being guided by the energy of Osha. Now, Osha is said to work as a talisman, and it brings protection. For me, it's not unlike black obsidian. It's got the warrior energy about it. If I'm doing a ceremony where I'm needing to kind of cut cords, if I'm finding I'm maybe thinking patterns that are connected to past ways of being, or there's some energetic connection to something that I wish to release, I will use Osha for that. It can be really quite hard hitting, but in a very powerfully good way, and it brings protection at the same time. So really, really good for releasing things from the past. So those are the three energies that we are using. So I'm just going to put my little hand out to one side, and let's move forwards, and we will start to draw the runes and the cards for each of these readings. So I'm going to move our herbs. I'm deciding whether to move them up or down. I think I'm actually going to move them down, actually. We'll put them down here so that we can still see them in sight. And we will draw from one of the tarot packs first. In fact, I think we're going to use this tarot pack that I'm about to draw from. This is the Aleister Crowley Mirror of the Soul pack, known as the Thoth pack. I think it took about 5 years to create this pack. It was an extraordinary, almost, I want to just say, work of channeled art is what I would describe them as. And these are actually a first edition. So I am very, 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 very gifted to have them in extraordinary energy. Now you may find yourself automatically drawn to one of these readings as I'm actually drawing the cards. You may already have been drawn to one of these herbs that is really resonating with a situation that you're in, or your circumstances, or just literally find yourself drawn to them one way or the other. It's literally an energy pull. We will obviously make some time to pause once we've drawn our cards as well, and give you time to really tune in with your intuition. I'm also going to draw from, excuse me, apologies while I'm leaning over to reach them. My cards are all on a table to my left, so I'm, not that you can see that, but I'm literally leaning over to grab everything that I need. Just going to cut these. We will have one for each of these readings. Okay, and now I'm going to draw from another tarot. These are the Gaia tarot. Very lovely, lovely cards. Very earthy, very vibrant and earthy energy that we have with these cards. Again, just one card. That's really rather moving itself around as it's landing. I think it's lovely when they kind of have a real energy about them. It's the same as when we shuffle. I mean, I know many of you actually do your own readings, and so you will know how they just fly out of the pack sometimes, really wanting to be heard. And lastly, we will draw from the Art of Manifestation cards. And just one from these as well. So those are our cards, and we will now draw from the runes as well. So reading number 1. I'll be drawing 3 runes for each. Move our sweetgrass down a little bit. Okay, awesome people. So wonderful people, this is the time when we sit and tune into our intuition. We have reading 1 governed by white sage, reading 2 governed by sweetgrass, and reading 3 governed by Osha. Just those different energies. We have the overall energy of lavender and selenite, bringing clarity, peace to mind and emotion, and really extending that energy out. I have to say, I feel like I am sitting and being bathed in the most profound form of cleansing possible. It's absolutely awesome. So wonderful people, tune in with your intuition. The timings are in the information box below. As and when you are ready and you know which reading or readings that you are wanting to listen to, you can fast forward and find them that way. So much love to you, wonderful people. Namaste. Welcome to reading number 1. Let's put our beautiful desert sage smudge stick up here and let's have a look at our runes and our cards. So our first rune is the rune of the warrior, the spiritual warrior. The second is the rune of disruption. I always liken this to Uranus, the great awakener. And then we have the rune of harvest. Okay, this is interesting because this would suggest that there is going to be some sort of disruption that leads to a new space of potential. That's what I'm wanting to say. Let's have a look at our cards before we build on this. So intention, lovely, lovely energy there. We have emotions. We have the cards of cruelty, of futility, and Knight of Wands. I can see where we are going with this reading. Let me move that stick up there. Let's have a look at what we have here. The storm. Let's see if we can lay our cards out in ways that are going to give us clear indications and clear insight as to where we are going with this. Okay, so the energy that you are sitting in at the moment, this disruption, it feels as though there is a bit of a storm around you. I think this is the energy of Sage really offering to help to cleanse, to help to remove any negativity. You're trying to walk that pathway of the spiritual warrior. You wouldn't be listening to these readings if you weren't, but it feels as though there is the energy of a storm around you. Curiously enough, part of that storm is that it's to do with negative thinking patterns. It is to do with, this reading is actually saying that, so let me just tune in with where to begin on this. This is a very powerful reading. So first of all, let's do the intention card. Intention is a focused thought. Prayer is a focused thought. Worry is also a focused thought. Notice the predominant thoughts that you hold in your mind because these are actually sending a request into the universe. If necessary, consciously make adjustments to your thinking patterns. Okay, so very powerful. The card of emotions is letting us know that your emotions are ruling, overruling your ability to be mindful. Now, there has been a storm around you. Curiously enough, the card of cruelty, it has quite a double message. Sometimes it does indicate that somebody has been cruel to you and is being cruel to you. So, but more often than not, it tends to indicate that we are cruel to ourselves, that we are not being kind to ourselves, that we have a raging inner critic that borders on an inner bully. But it's curious, sitting here with the card of futility. Now, futility doesn't mean that your situation is futile. In fact, far from it. What it actually suggests is that you have got yourself into a despondent pattern of thinking, and this is being pushed through by an emotional sort of reactivity to a situation. What I do want to say though, because this does have this double message, it's really coming through really strongly. Actually, for some of you, there is somebody around you who is not being particularly kind, and that might be a little bit of an understatement in terms of their actions and their behaviours. Okay, what is happening though is that this is having such a huge impact on you that it is causing you to feel as though you can't see a way forward. So there's a sense of despondency. Now, for some of you, this is bigger than others, but I am hearing really clearly that the root of your despondency is to do with it's the outcome of somebody else's actions, words, behavior. I really need you to know that you are not responsible for them. You are not responsible for their actions. You are only responsible to work out what you need to do for yourself. Don't be caught up in a worrying situation, because as this card rightly says, intention is a focused thought, prayer is a focused thought, worry is also a focused thought. So notice these thoughts. What we are needing to do here is to shift something within you. In a way, it's quite interesting. There's this sort of like lightning spirit energy here. Now, if any of you have sage, burn it around you. It pushes negativity away. It literally gives you that sort of, it protects you from incoming negativity. It transforms the energy around you into something that is positive, lighter, and that will work and aid you with your thinking and with any sort of emotional responses that you are getting. Now, your emotions are actually a natural response. If you're not feeling great, it doesn't mean there's something bad happening with you. It doesn't mean you're a bad person or there's something wrong with you. Your emotions are telling you that this isn't okay. You're actually having a natural response to something that isn't all right. So don't feel that your emotions are kind of a problem. They're actually giving you very good information. Now, we have this wonderful spark of energy here in the Knight of Wands. I feel this storm. I said there's a storm around you. Interestingly enough, you know how sometimes you can feel the let's say you know what I would call thunder weather, when it's quite humid and you need something to break. You need the storm to break, you need the rain to come, you need the lightning to come, and the energy just lifts. Now, that is actually what this is about. The sage is offering you almost support in doing that. I think something is going to happen that literally breaks this open. And it's really important. It may already have happened, but I think for some of you it does. It's about to happen. When it does, that is going to be a powerful moment of release. The energy will lift. What it's doing is actually creating an opportunity for something new. Now, the Rune of Harvest speaks of a new phase of life. You can't hurry that into being, but it does. It really is. It's a fruit-bearing rune. It's a rune of promise. I think there is something that's going to be something is going to break open. I always liken the rune of disruption to Uranus, the Great Awakener. Now, Uranus for me is like a thunder spirit, and so there's very much thunder spirit energy around you. It feels like quite a shamanic reading. It's got that flavour to it. It's like something's needing to be shifted and released. The key here is that you are in charge of yourself and your own thoughts and your own actions. At the moment, you're having a powerful emotional response to somebody who's generating something that's not okay. It's not your responsibility. I just want you to, kind of literally detach yourself from that. It's their problem. And in fact, actually, I want to just shift a little bit of energy in this reading. Sometimes I do that within a reading. So if we tune into the energy of this wonderful desert sage, white sage, if I were working with this, I would be wanting to literally reorientate my own thinking patterns, organize my intentions. Particularly wonderful people, given that we have a new moon tomorrow. Check out those readings for your sign for the new moon, and the Astro Energy update, where I've really talked about harnessing the energy in terms of our intentions, dreams, wishes and desires. Shift your personal internal energy, and that will create a kind of a boundary. Okay, and I just want to shift that, so it creates a boundary here. This then in turn opens up the possibility for the Knight of Wands energy to arrive. You may even find that someone comes in and aids and abets you in terms of creating this kind of storm. But these two cards really need to sit in isolation. So I think, and I'm just going to orientate the runes as well, because what I want to do is place this as a boundary here. This is the pathway of the spiritual warrior. It's the energy of the warrior, very much in tune with the Knight of Wands. And what that means is when we kind of isolate these these two cards here. This is what's happening to you. This is how you're being left feeling. It means, you know, you're not a victim to the situation, and your emotions, you trust that they are bringing you good information. Either way, I think this situation is going to break open. I think some sort of thunder spirit is going to come in and open something up. And the key here is keeping yourself and the energy around you calm, clean, vibrant, alive. I think this situation is going to shift, and I think it will shift for the better. We wouldn't have the Rune of Harvest here otherwise. But, you know, actually, wonderful people, I acknowledge that it is hard. You know, been there, done that. I think we all have. It's really hard not to feel emotionally. It's not to feel emotionally reactive when something around us happens that doesn't really feel okay. But we are only ever responsible for ourselves, not for the actions, words, and you know, deeds of others. This is an opportunity to rise above those, shifting your own energy, aligning your own intentions, align yourself with the energy of this new moon. Real opportunity for sowing seeds for the new. And of course, we've been having eclipse season and Mercury in retrograde. We're still in the shadows, so things have been quite disruptive for many of us. But again, check in on that astro energy update if you wish to know more about that. Wonderful people, I'm going to leave this reading now. I'm going to wrap this up. Don't forget, if you are new to the channel and you want to be in the running to win a pack of the Art of Manifestation Oracle cards, it's a signed, numbered first edition. Make sure that you have subscribed and join the list below. And again, if you want the handout from these readings to have the extra information about the selenite and the herbs, there is, of course, a second email list that you can join to get the weekly email about these readings and to get the downloads in PDF form. Wonderful people, so much love to you. Namaste. Welcome to reading number 2, governed by the wonderful energy of sweetgrass, literally inviting positivity into our world. I'll place that over there. Let's have a look at our runes. We have the rune of partnership. This can refer to an intimate partnership and relationship, or it can refer to a business partnership, but it's a one-on-one relationship. We have the rune of signs, signals, synchronicities. Very interesting if anyone is out there looking for love. And then we have the blank rune of possibilities. Right, I feel that there is relationship on your agenda at the moment. Wonderful people who are drawn to this. Now, the rune of partnership also asks us not to collapse ourselves into the highs and lows of relationships, the emotionality. Seems to be quite a bit of emotionality. Stay on course. Okay, that's a lovely, lovely card. We have, let's move these runes up here. Stay on course. We have the card of the Fool, New Beginnings. We have the Queen of Cups and the Knight of Discs. So this is a card of harvest. So stay on course. You are facing some big stuff in your life right now. This card is a request that you keep going and stay on course, however challenging this may feel. Please be reassured that right now this is the appropriate way forwards. The universe supports your direction and slow and steady progress is assured. This is really interesting because this reading has a beginning and it kind of has an end. It has a beginning and a sowing of seeds as well, a harvest card. We have the card of love. This is a relationship reading. And we have the siren. Okay, guys, what I'm hearing is, this for me feels like a quest for love. This reading really feels like a quest for love. I want to say the energy of partnership is around you. And I do think this is about intimacy. This is either an existing relationship where you're wanting it to go right and to sort of move forwards, or it's looking for a new relationship. Stay on course. It's quite interesting that there's a sense of you're being shown things. Again, the siren, you're being shown, you're being given information. If you are looking for a new relationship and you meet someone or you've met someone and it hasn't kind of worked through, stay on course. Don't be put off by that, because the energy of relationship is around you. You're actually being shown signs, signals, synchronicities. If you're seeing somebody that it hasn't worked out, you don't gel, you thought you were going to but you didn't, that kind of thing, that's okay. It's just a stepping stone on the pathway to where you are going. I love that we have the Siren sitting under the Queen of Cups. You are definitely being, it's like you're being, it's like a herald of love around you. Now the sweetgrass is drawing positivity into your world. The lavender selenite is, well, the lavender is bringing calm, clarity. Be very mindful to notice the signs, signals and synchronicities. Sometimes we can miss them. I feel that a doorway is going to be opened for you, and that doorway is going to lead to the harvest of your desires, dreams, wishes. The challenge at the moment is not being knocked off balance. It's this highs and lows of emotions when we are navigating our search or our quest for love, whether that's looking for a new relationship and starting afresh, or whether it's navigating through an existing relationship, wanting to move it forwards, wanting to see it flourish. Wherever you are in partnership, the Siren is almost a herald that you are being shown things you need to see, and that's going to create there are definitely windows of opportunity. Stay on track. Love is around you. The energy of love is around you. Now I'm seeing this blank rune. Sometimes it just represents a gestation period. For me, it's like a pregnancy. It's both an ending and a beginning, all wrapped up in one. So something is coming. A phase in your life is coming to an end, and a new phase is about to start, and it does feel like you're stepping into the unknown. You may be stepping into a commitment, and you may have been having a wobble. You may have been looking for love and feeling like it's not going to happen. It's got that sort of flavour, but the sweetgrass is really embodying that positivity. The selenite is enhancing it. I think just always look below the surface and be particularly attentive to chance meetings, sudden unexpected happenings that bring something into your realm of awareness. Pay attention to the signs, because they are opening windows of opportunity for you. I think within the very soon and immediate future, a doorway is going to be opened, and you need to be aware enough to be able to walk through it. You know, sometimes when we have been trying to make something happen and it doesn't happen, we can then sort of almost not, it's like we can't see the woods for the trees, or we're not aware of the signs and the synchronicities that are being shown to us because we're feeling as though something isn't working out. Actually, everything is happening with purpose here. I'm really hearing that. The Knight of Discs, it's a card of harvest. It's interesting because he represents someone who is, I want to say, slightly tired, but not in a negative way. He's tired because he's worked all year. It's like a farmer. You know, farming, we sow seeds, we have to prepare the ground, we sow the seeds, we have to nurture them. By the time we get to harvest, which is, you know, a big time of exerting a lot of energy, we're quite tired because we've already exerted a lot of energy, but it's worth it. You know, love is there, love is awaiting you. Queen of Cups, emotionality. We are talking a relationship here of strong emotional connection. Everything that you're being shown at the moment, even if things don't feel as though they're running smoothly, just stay on course. There is a much bigger picture going on here, and there is huge positivity and promise around you. So hold hope and navigate your way through your intuitive awareness of the signs and signals that are shown to you. Very powerful reading. So wonderful people. Don't forget, if you're new to my readings or the channel, this wonderful community here, you'll only need to check out some of the comments, the way people support one another. I mean, your support of me is amazing, but the way you support each other as well is wonderful. Guys, you know, thank you so much for being a part of this. If you are new, don't forget, if you wish to be in the running to win either a free private reading or the Art of Manifestation Oracle cards, or indeed the potential to win some crystals, as I am now going to be giving some of those away each month too, as I have access to them in a different way now. You know, do make sure that you are subscribed, and also that you've joined the list below. And of course as well, there's a second email list if you want to receive the weekly emails with the PDF downloads for these Sunday readings. So wonderful people, this is a powerful, well, the readings are so powerful, not surprising with all that selenite energy enhancing everything, but just wow, love is awaiting, love is around. Yeah, really stay on course, you're on track. Watch out for the signs and signals. There are windows of opportunity being opened for you, and the harvest will be coming. Wonderful people, so much love to you. Namaste. Welcome to reading number 3. It's wonderful people. We have the energy of Osha with us. So let us connect in with our runes first of all. Our first rune is the rune of ice. So something is at a standstill or not moving forwards as quickly as you would like it to. We have the energy of movement, which would suggest that the ice is going to thaw and things are going to be moving forwards. This is the bettering of any situation. Something's going to start gathering momentum. And here we have the rune of wholeness. This is the path you must follow. So I think, yeah, I think this is, gosh, the energy of Osha. It's cutting a cord. It's cutting through something for you. Literally, I can almost feel the energy shifting as I'm sitting here. These are such powerful readings this week. Absolutely incredible. New love is around you. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful energy. New love is around you. We have the rune of works. We have the rune of the rune of works, the card of works, the card of the Magus, and the card of change. Wonderful. And we also have the 10 of fire. So let's, wonderful. This is phenomenal, this reading. Whatever isn't moving forwards, I want to say it's about to. It really, really is about to. The mentor. Gosh, the energy is so powerful. You'll have to forgive me exclaiming it again and again, but it really, really is. I've just realised I've actually left the card, the picture of the card and the signing up for that. I'm just going to move that because I quite like to keep our space clear. I think I may have left it up there for reading 2 as well. But look, let's just really tune in with this. At the moment, something hasn't quite moved forwards, and I'm really hearing that. But it's going to. There is so much promise around you. The energy of new love is around you. Sometimes if we've been hurt within relationship, we retreat, afraid of being hurt again. This card brings a clear message and is an indication of your readiness to embrace love and begin a new relationship. It is safe to reach out. You can cut the cords. The energy of Osha is cutting the cords to any of those any of the residues of the past that have been holding you back. The card of works is fantastic because it's a card in this pack that speaks of, it's kind of like if you make a commitment to your pathway and you are prepared to work at it, and just it's like be steady, be methodical, your progress will gather momentum and it will come to fruition. It really is a card of promise, but it also acknowledges that we have to work at something. We can't slip back into those old patterns of thinking. And again, if you're able to access it, use Osha to help you cut those cords. And again, selenite, it embodies that higher levels of energy, higher frequencies. The Magus is a card of communication. And the 2 of discs, change, the card of change, for me this actually symbolises what I would call a really healthy relationship in which both parties are able to be themselves. They can remain their separate, autonomous selves and yet be mutually supportive. This tends to speak to me of relationships of equality. Okay, it's discs, and we often think about our material world in relation to discs, but for me, within this particular pack, this always symbolises our ability to remain in relationships of autonomy and very, very healthy orientation. The 10 of fire, we are talking about relationship here of passion, of love, of higher knowledge and higher awareness. This is the path you must follow. For me, this is like a soulmate connection. Now, it may be that you are just a little bit reticent. You have either met this person or you are about to. And if you're in an existing relationship, I would say that your relationship is stepping up to a much greater level of connection and a greater level of equality and a greater level of autonomy. It may have felt as though it's stuck. You may have not been able to connect because of the lockdown. Things are going to be moving forwards. Things are going to gather momentum. If you are looking for love, I think this is going to happen quite soon. There is a very strong soulmate connection. There's a real power to this reading, to all of them this week, actually. Very, very powerful energy, but in a very dynamic way. I mean, the readings are always powerful, but this week they are, yeah, they're powerful in a dynamic kind of happening sort of way. So yeah, I think the card of the mentor, I actually think you mentor each other. It may be that this person comes into your world in a way that they bring something to you and you're quite blown away by them. I think they're going to be equally blown away by what you bring to them. This feels really truly like a relationship reading of equality, higher levels of awareness, but real depth and passion, such a soul connection. Really, really awesome. Wonderful people. I don't think I need to say too much more than this. What I will do is just reconnect with, for those of you that are new to my channel, to my readings, guys, this is an amazing community that we're building here on YouTube. You only have to read the comments. I was just saying after the second reading, you know, the way you guys support me is amazing. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. The way you support each other is also amazing. So wonderful people. Thank you for those of you, really, truly, thank you to those of you who are already a part of this incredible YouTube community, and really, really welcome to anyone who's new. If you would like to be in the running to win a pack of the Art of Manifestation Oracle cards, or indeed a free private reading, you will need to subscribe and connect to join the list below. And there are 2 lists below. The other is to get the PDF handouts with the extra information about the crystals and herbs that I use each week. But wow, that's all I can say. I just want to sit here. I might just, after I finish this reading, I think I might just sit and revel in the energy for a little bit, because I feel not only have I been utterly cleansed, but I feel like I've been fuel injected with energy as well. It's really quite amazing. So wonderful, wonderful people. Have a fabulous, fabulous Sunday. Have a fabulous week. And don't forget to connect in as well with the new moon readings for each sign and the astro energy update, which will really tell you how to tune into the incoming energy in ways that will enhance your capacity for conscious manifestation. Wonderful people, so much love to you. Namaste.